Roller booters, welcome back. Today we have a very special guest, one that needs no introduction, one that is an absolute killer in the streets, street comps, and beyond. Adam Bladezilla Bazydlo. Did I get your last name right?
Yeah, you did. That was actually perfect. What up?
Let's go. Dude, thanks so much for coming on. Super juiced to kind of get into it. I was just looking at your post here, kind of shouting out the podcast here. And you got some new whips, yeah? The Feinbergs?
Took me long enough. Yeah, actually,
I lost you. I think you might be muted.
Oh, 1 second. Am I now?
Maybe it's me. It's probably me. Hey, shout out in chat. Can you hear Adam?
Hello.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, Piper came in. Oh no. What happened? Wait, let's see.
Oh man.
Yeah. You can try to reset maybe?
Oh yeah, it's me, it's not you. For some reason. That's weird. Sorry, man.
You're good.
Oh, dude, this happened the other day with Cody, I think. Sorry, 1 second. Off to a good start. This is how it typically goes, though. You know, this is pretty much
fair.
Okay. All right, I got you. I think. Can you say something?
Hello.
Okay. Fuck. All right, man. Dude, it's like my headphones literally just wait for the perfect time to just throw a wrench in the fucking system. Anyway, yeah. So you're on some Feinbergs now, yeah?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been kind of riding out the last pair of skates I had. I think I did the math on it like 4.5 years now.
Yeah.
There's actually, it's funny that it's been that long.
Yeah.
I guess technically I like formally retired all my sponsors on my 31st birthday, just like kind of with a post and kind of being like, hey, I'm done for, taking sponsors for right now for a while. And then I was on the road like 2.5 years later, and it called in a favor to Woygan, which apparently he called in a favor to Sam Crafty.
Yep.
And got me that pair of Team Aeons that I've been riding for 4.5 years. And it's not that I didn't want to support any company or even USD or anybody for that matter. First of all, I just fucking love the Aeons. It's like my favorite skate ever. And secondly, I just didn't have the budget to pay for skates at the time. So
yeah.
Now I finally literally just started a new job 3 weeks ago. It was my third week. And I was like, I had a real job again, so I can justify paying for skates. So yeah, just got on Facebook, good old Facebook Marketplace. Blade Trade.
Yeah.
And somebody headhunted me, like, yo, someone's looking for 10.5 Aeons. And I saw the Feinbergs, and when those first came out, I wanted them so ungodly badly. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to buy new Aeons anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah. So sorry for the rant. I guess we're on a podcast, though. This is the time.
Yeah, no, that's it. Sorry, I was trying to pull up for some reason on my side. More technical difficulties. For some reason on my side, I can't see chat, which it's whatever. But so maybe we'll just drive on. Can you see the comments popping up in the chat on the side there or no?
Big size this.
Technical difficulties galore for me today. Sorry, man.
You're good. Is this me messaging you directly or is this the chat?
Oh, let me look. It looks like it might be the chat because I don't see it on my side. I don't know. StreamYard is weird, man. It acts weird. I only use this for interviews.
Oh.
So I usually just use OBS. I don't know why. Dude, sometimes it's just such a pain. It's weird. Okay. Cool. We will get past these. We will get past this. This too shall pass. All right, cool. Yeah, so because the Aeons are sort of loosely based. There's some design characteristics around Solomon's. Is that right? Is what like the cuff has.
The cuff is gotta be for sure. Especially looking at the.
Yeah.
I wish I had them in here. They're down my man. Yeah, they have like that kind of like the spacer in the cuff. It looks very reminiscent of Solomon skates.
Right.
They're definitely. I feel like I don't know of a more lightweight skate. So
right.
when. And also like a skate that has a bigger gap as far as like between the spacer. I swear to God, it's 5. It's the width of my fucking hand.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah.
And so you can still ride 60s and like not worry about wheel bite. And I've never ridden my flat my entire life until Aeons. And I've never tried them anti-rocker either since I started.
Yeah.
You have all the advantages of riding flat. And yeah, I mean, the downfall, obviously, people put sliders, the frames get slow over time. Sure, after a year and a half, okay, yeah, the skates get a little slow, the sole plates get a little slow. That problem has been rectified with good old-fashioned what are people fucking doing? Just making the slider plates themselves. Can't think of that word right now. My brain is shot.
Like the UHMW, like the cutting board stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Cutting board plastic.
Yeah.
3D printing. That's what I couldn't think of.
Oh, word. Yeah.
People are just 3D printing their own now. Yeah.
Right. Because I asked, it's because I know I've heard that the Aeon has design cues from Salomon's, and I know you rode Salomon's. For how long were you on Salomon? And you were sponsored by Salomon, correct?
Yeah, that was my first skate sponsor.
Yeah.
God, that was so long ago. And that was through Tom Heiser, which is crazy. We were at a Super Hick, and Tom was just like, yeah, he's like, you've been skating Salomon's? You like these? He's like, team manager's here, Nick Scally. I remember that. Yeah, Nick's, that's the whole name. He's like, he's here right now. He's like, you want to meet him? And I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? Like, of course. And when he go in, and he's like, hey, nice to meet you, man. Tom said good things, whatever. He's like, all right, so you want to skate for me? Like, on the spot right now. And just went and fired a few tricks and did a thing or two. And
like a brink tryout, like a tryout.
Like a freaking
show me what you got.
Yeah. Show me what you got.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it went well. And he's like, okay, here's skates. Give me your email. He's like, I'll put you on the team and include you in the future things. And yeah, I guess this was like maybe 2 years. I was in there kind of late in the game for Salomon because the super impressive Salomon era and like team had already been on for so long, and just coming on even as a flow rider, I was happy to have anything from fucking Salomon, and I got the email like everybody else when they're like, everybody's kicked off the team and Salomon's done.
What was
like,
that?
Cool.
When was that? Like 05? What year?
Yeah. I think that was 05. Because that would have been the year after I graduated high school.
I wish I didn't know that. I want to give mad credit to my buddy Mike McCarthy because he like prepared like a whole list of things for me. So,
dude, what a freaking G! Yeah, he's been around back and forth since all like the OG Atlanta days of skating, and when he was throwing some of the things in the list in general, some of the names on there, I was like, damn, brought me back.
Dude, he remembers that. He remembers more things about my life than I do. Like he's my external hard drive. But so obviously, like we said, like Salomon ended in 05. But what was it like? Because you said you were flow for Salomon.
Yeah.
I guess like what was when you? Because I know a lot of people growing up, it's like I want to be sponsored and that you said that was your first sponsor, is that right?
Yeah. Aside from I guess technically my first sponsor would have been Misery Loves Company. Started by the boys back then, Mike McMullen, doing all the original artwork. God, all those t-shirts are so fucking good. Mike
yeah.
I mean, don't have to say too much there when you say that name in rollerblading though too.
Yeah. I had a couple old Misery Loves t-shirts and stuff growing up. So yeah, I mean, I guess was there like a feeling, or was your like when you were like, cool, I am now on, hey, I'm sponsored by Salomon. Was there like, what was that feeling like?
I mean, as a kid, it was huge because my closest friends growing up that I'd skate with on a regular basis since we were, fucking children. Michael Bro, obviously, was like one of my homies, which, oh my God, I got to pick which Michael Bro story if I get to tell one of those on here from me back in the day. Holy crap. As a small, just good like limerick that I'll give as like a teaser, like there was a time that actually existed where when I was 21 and he was 19, we were running a bar in Valdosta, Georgia. Yep.
That sounds like a great idea. That sounds amazing.
Oh my God. It was utter chaos. So, and
Bladezilla and Gumby running a bar. 19. Who was 19? You said 19 and what? Or what was
So
it?
he was
What was
19. He moved down to Valdosta. And I charged him $100 a month for rent because I was basically, he's like, you can have your closet and all your shit. Most minimalist man ever. He's like, I don't need that. And I was just spending the night, literally, every night with my girlfriend who lived directly upstairs in the other apartment. So he fucking moved into my room for $100 a month for a year. And that was a fucking crazy year, all before he then went down to like Orlando and got to that whole scene. You saw that era of skating for him.
Mm-hmm. Were you going to VSU there?
No, I was dating a girl at VSU, and things did not work out 3 months in. It was my first time in a college town, man, and it was 7-1 girl. It was 7-1 girl to guy ratio. So
it's funny. I lived in Valdosta for like 4 years.
Really?
Yeah, I was stationed there.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
everybody's either there for college or the base.
Yep, that's it. Are there good spots there? I was just like addicted to skydiving at the time, so I wasn't skating. Are there good spots?
That was a perfect time, I think, to take my first real break from rollerblading because there was literally almost no fucking spots there. There was this one rail that was pretty decent, like this carpet outlet store. It was like pretty fucking perfect, actually. And one of them literally broke while we were grinding it, like broke over. So I think we had left side only. And then once they realized it was definitely us that broke it, they started running us off on Saturdays. And I was like, okay, like there's just in Valdosta. It's just like, middle of nowhere, Georgia, kind of pretty flat, and not a whole lot to write home about. There's 3.5 wild years there.
It's
though.
true.
That's a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely like a college town.
I mean,
I had my own stories. So anyway, cool. Solomon, Gumby, and you running a bar. Wait, I don't think we finished it. Did we finish it?
That was just a general teaser. We can talk about some shit. We can come back to that story, or I got some contest stories. I'm going to have to probably edit most of them, but just a little bit.
I mean, it is what it is,
there's some good stories. We've had some good times in Chicago specifically, man. Oh man.
So we'll get to that. I do want to talk. So you grew up more or less. I think you're from New York originally, but you grew up in Fayetteville, Georgia. Is that right?
Fayetteville, Georgia, like just a suburb 30 minutes south of downtown Atlanta.
Right. So were you already like, I guess, when did you start skating?
Technically, I want to say because I got my first pair of inline skates in like 2nd or 3rd grade, and still will never forget like putting one on in the aisle and just like rolling down the aisle on 1 foot and like it already feeling comfortable. And I was like, this is the shit. And I tried skateboarding and I wasn't good at it. And that was really when like double-edged skateboards started showing up, like mid to late 90s, seeing Clueless, seeing anything, I was like, Clueless was my inspiration trying to like seeing skateboarding. I was like, what the fuck is that? I want to do that. And I tried it and I was really bad. And then rollerblades came out and I was like, pretty good at these. But really technically for aggressive skating, it would have been 5th grade. I traded like $20 in a calculator to my still one of my best friends in the world, Chris Kameza. And he gave me the original rollerblade Lightning TRS, but they were the 3-wheeled version. The brake didn't come off, so I had to hacksaw that off. And then I took the middle wheel out, so it was basically riding like early era Mook frames. All nothing but frame. And
hell yes.
And shadow frames, whatever. And and like that was my first pair of skates, and like practicing on rails and shit that we you made it his house.
Right. I've seen the 3-wheel. You say so they came from factory with 3 wheels.
Yes.
TRS Lightnings.
Yeah, rollerblade Lightning TRS. They look just like the other one. But they're
3-wheel. I think I've seen those before. I'm kind of a young buck in the grand. Anyway. So you said around 5. You said was it 5 years old? Yeah, I had this pulled up. So you were going here, and with
That was
Mike
my middle
Markley,
school.
right?
That was my middle school. So
Right.
like
You went here. That's I pulled this up for this reason. So this is the middle school you were literally just going to as a kid. You use this handrail.
And I mean, like even then I was, you know, I was well into rollerblading. That was the middle school era. So I was thick as thieves, you know, like I was deep. I was vested at that point. And so going to a middle school here and seeing this, we were like, who's going to do this rail? Like somebody has to. At that point, that was just way beyond my capability at that age. But around high school, we started sending it. And then through some crazy ass other circumstance, OG Steve Jones was filming a video. I want to say like logical progression. No, I don't think he was in that. He was filming some video and he was like posting on the skate pile message board looking for spots. And I was like, we got spots down here. It's like, it's the South Side, like Blader kids. Like we weren't as known by far as like the North Side kids. We didn't go to those skate parks. Like we didn't have like OG Rampage. All that was like an hour away. At that age, like our parents were not driving us. So from like literally elementary school, like even when I started with that first pair, we just started street skating because that's what we saw in videos. Like I got the first video was Hoax 2. And, you know, you watch that and you see like the punk rockness of like street skating and all that. And I was like, that's cool as shit. And I was like, I want to do that. And, you know, seeing handrails for the first time, I was like, this is all I wanted to do on rollerblade. Just grind handrails. I was like, that's the coolest fucking thing anybody can do. Why would anybody not want to do that if you were able to? So, we just didn't go to skate parks. We just started street skating. Because all this, like the good skate parks were like an hour away. And again.
And so begun the story of the best street comp skater in all of rollerblading history.
I think that's definitely got to go to probably for overall like biggest wins like Happy or Monterey or Aragon.
I mean, sure. Just semantics. But
I know.
But dude, I mean, your street comp ability is outrageous, and like I don't know exactly how old you are, but I know you're not like 21 years old, even though you skate like you're like 21 years old. It's crazy, dude.
I'm 38.
Yeah.
38 years old, and shit. How long have I been rollerblading? Since I was 9. So I don't want to do math, but like that.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah, we'll have chat do the math for us. Yeah, no, man. How do you stay so, I guess, fit is the word? You're 38 and you genuinely are skating like you're in your 20s.
It's like, I feel like I don't skate all the time, like on, 3-4 times a week, like I used to, or like a lot of people do. I don't know how people skate, but I feel like not skating so much all the time is kind of also part of it. You got to rest and like listen to your body. And I'm also obviously like on the different, let's say, physical spectrum side of people that do a lot and are able to do a lot. I feel like, I don't know, I heal pretty well. I drink a fuck ton of water. I don't know, just lucky, I guess, really. I try to take care of myself. I mean, based on some other things, people might argue that, but it's just climbing helps obviously a ton. The similarities between like specifically bouldering and going street skating, like spot hunting, are so similar. It's crazy. Not to mention like the instant gratification you kind of get when you immediately bounce back from like when you ended up when you send a climb is the same as finally landing a trick you can't do. So like you got pulled up, like that's just, so this one like specifically is calling it what's an FA. It's like the first person to do that climb. And skating, it's a never been done. So it's just
first ascent or what is it?
A first ascent, yeah, is the same as like a never been done. Essentially, our version.
Gotcha.
And so that happened because this piece of rock broke off that was loose. Someone I guess didn't notice underneath. And I was like, oh, I bet you could do it from this. And so that's like a first ascent because no one's ever done it from there. It's the same as like, just watching any Jeff Phillip at it.
Right. Do you see any other sort of similarities? Because I haven't really lent this much thought, but like I feel like there could be a lot of different similarities in terms of creativity, like physicality, problem solving, X, Y, and Z between climbing and skating.
Oh my God. Like I'm kind of just scratching the surface here so I don't go down a hole because my ADHD tends for me to rant a lot, get off topic.
I feel you. Okay. All right. What else, man? I did. Yeah. Like, let's talk about street comps, man.
My favorite.
So, any, like, I mean, I know you said you had some street comp stories, but like any street comp that really stands out to you as one that you were particularly proud of, or, you know, just stood out, if that makes
Windy
sense.
City Riot 2019.
Yeah.
Easy answer.
Yeah. And
that one was super special because the summer that I lost my dad, I had
you said 2019. Oh,
I mean, it's fine. We're past that now. The summer I lost my dad. I had such a close neck and neck battle with Sean Darst at the Windy City Riot. I took second. I was all bummed. Blah blah blah. It was like so. And then like maybe like I think it was like a month later. Then got the news of that, and then me and my wife at the time just immediately like packed up the next day and drove back to Georgia and like moved back. And it was a hard couple years for there, like just dealing with that whole thing. And then 2 years after that, kind of bounced back. I get divorced, and then that first summer that I was like kind of wilding the fuck out and really leaning in. That's where it really like. I'd already been skating, so long, and I already loved street skating. I already knew I liked street comp specifically because I'd been that's been like the part of my skating background since I was a fucking child. Since it used to be me, Gumby, and J-Bob battling it out at whatever A-Town, whatever, what was going on that year, the A-Town Stomp. Fuck, that was such a good shout out to Kevin Dowling. God damn.
Yeah.
A-Town Stomp was Carson and Brian Starnes. Oh my god, I fucked that up. Ho ho ho's. Yeah, that was dirty. But that one specifically, that first summer, when I was like, all right,
sorry,
I can.
I hate to cut you off. What year was it? You said 2018 or 2019?
2019 Windy City Riot.
2019. Roger, got it. Sorry for that.
Butter TV actually made a really sick edit from that. Shout out to Butter TV. Okay. No, anyways, so it was the first time I ever realized like one of the things in my marriage was, she didn't want to travel with me to come to comps, and then she'd also get mad if I go. So I was like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. So I missed so many comps, in like a 10-year, 15-year period for that. And when I was like, kind of retired from skating and playing rugby, there's other reasons I missed comps too, but I finally was like, I can travel to do this, and like it's on my own fucking time, and like I can go live this life. And so even driving alone in my old Ford Ranger to Chicago 13 hours to go to that comp was so emotional too, because I hadn't been back since we moved all our shit out of our place, which was also a hard trip. And since like, going back there was a remembrance of my fucking dad dying. So going back for that comp and absolutely throwing down and just giving it like 1,000 goddamn %. That time battling out with fucking Luke Naylor and Gumby for that comp, who were also neck and neck again. Like essentially at the last spot, you'll see like, it's funny how skate comps or street comps or contests in general kind of become like a game of cards at the end if it comes down to a couple people, and it's like you put down a 2 pair, like you better have 3 of a kind coming. You know what I mean? Like you got to keep ramping it up. And I honestly think like his trickle at the last spot was just like, it was beautifully, perfectly done. Backroy all the way off into the edge, 450 off. And I was like, man, to beat that, I would have to topsoul to 540 off, and
right.
It's slightly harder. It's a little, big, the ledge was fucking like ab high. And then it also had a Lego strip at the top. So you had to jump before the Legos to like an ab how fucking high that ledge.
Oh my God.
And so you have to do all that. And I remember at that point, it was just me and Naylor because at that point, Gumby was like, y'all can skate. He's like, I can't jump on this fucking ledge. Like, and that's coming off from a lot. Like, that boy can get on his shit too. And so we just fucking battling it on that. And I was like, I got to land the 5 off. I was like, to fucking, step it up. And Yeah, that was a huge one because it was definitely like going back to like get a piece of Chicago that I felt like I lost and didn't have, and it was all just all good vibes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Holy cow, man.
and then a fun
Jesus.
other thing about that weekend that was so like beautifully perfect. Naylor and Savage were coming in town for the contest, and they're just like throwing it out there. I think it was last minute or something, and they're like, "Yo, we need a place to crash." He says, "We got a spot," and for whatever reason, everybody's like, "Dude, it's right." Like everyone's got people on their couches and floors everywhere. And so I asked the hotel, which also Taste of Chicago is going on, so all the hotel reservations are booked up. And by miracle, as I'm checking in, I was like, and literally, I remember the guy said this too. I was like, "Hey, is there any chance you can change my king room to 2 doubles or something?" And he's like, "You're asking me that right now during Taste of Chicago on a weekend?" He's like, "There's no way." See, boom, Taylor fucking killed. And they were like, "There's no way that could possibly be possible unless somebody just asked for a king room." They're like, "You're in luck." So by chance, we got 2 beds, and then I had them crash with me all weekend. We were staying in a hotel downtown together for this contest.
Sick. Yeah. Sick, man. Holy cow. What a emotional. That's incredible.
Nuts that it all like came together and worked out in fruition like that.
Wow, bro. Holy cow. Yeah, I remember seeing this. This edit, not I don't know, years ago, obviously now, but just like holy shit. Bladezilla is here to fucking play, dog.
Yeah, it was
Holy cow.
heavy. And again, like you heard
Yeah.
the names I just said again: Zach Savage, Luke Naylor, Michael Bro.
Woo!
I know there's a handful of
Yep.
other people fucking absolutely shredding that day, as you can see to it.
Right.
Obviously, Logan Clark's always there, fucking throwing some hammers. Dom Bambrick, like
Bambi, yeah. Fuck.
like there's some people, so it came correct. And
Yeah.
it was sick to get to fucking finally hold the cup and drink some beer out of it at the end. That's a big thing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. What do you just sort of like a maybe general question here, but like what do you, because you're a street skater at heart for sure. You started street skating. You talked about that as a kid. Is there any specific thing, kind of a weird general question here, but that you love about street comps? Is there anything that really gets you fired up about street comps specifically?
I love God, yeah, it's a very specific one thing too. I love such a good question. The camaraderie of you and your homies that are skating the comp. I can say that instead of telling like all the awesome things, the positive, which again, it's just such an energy. But God, when poor Fritz smacked his head at powwow, me and Joey, like a couple other people I can't remember, but we were already up there sitting right behind there with a front row view of when it happened. It was before the comp, it was during warm-ups, but like when it was just like 10 of us were up at the top of that, just kind of skating it and like trying to feel out that absurdly huge fucking vert wall to grind.
Yeah.
And like the vibe of that, like it was hard to skate. That happened right before the best trick comp started. And like everybody was just I've never been in another event like something with that specifically where it was so hard just to start, like to start after seeing that and like that whole thing going down. It was rough, but the exact opposite is why comps are awesome and they're so much fun, and they're the absolute best, and you're living and dying out there literally with your friends, and everybody's trying their absolute hardest shit. And the coolest part is when someone lands a hard trick and gets hyped, you just feel the energy from the crowd and everybody that's skating and everybody that's getting stoked to see it, and you can feel it, and it literally is like inside you, and it just brings you to this insane place mentally, especially like it's what most people in like religion or meditating, whatever, call flow state. Is getting to a place where you're just in perfect fucking harmony, and you're fully committed and dedicated to every single trick you try, and you can just boom, 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 and it's so fucking sick. Who wouldn't want to feel that?
I mean, really, yeah. Yeah, no, I love that, man. Street comps are hype. Street comps are just so much fucking fun, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, like park comps, cool, rad.
Sure.
I mean, I'm a street skater. I like handrails and I like street more personally. But yeah, there's just something like you said, the camaraderie of like you are risking life and limb shoulder to shoulder with your friends, and it builds camaraderie, it builds hype. It's just the energy, and it's mad fun. So
it's amazing. And another shout out to fucking Cleveland and the king of Cleveland comps in general. Holy crap. Some of the shit you see go down Labor Day weekend in Cleveland. Like, oh man, I think that's the other cool part about street comps, because they're in the streets, man. They out there, like you're out there in the world. And when you're canvassing around the city with like 60 to 100 people based on the comp and based on the day, everybody else notices what you're doing too, and it brings some characters, and you see some shit.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's
never a dull moment with the street comp. That sucks.
Yeah, like again, it's because of what do you call in math, variables. And unknown variables can be great, or they can be really fucked up.
Yeah.
Including the spots and stuff like that. Like spots break, and put signs over grates and shit. Like there's danger factors that can just fucking kill you.
Right. The whole sort of appeal, almost that encapsulates street versus park sort of vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, speaking of King of Cleveland, Hayden Ball here says one of my favorite memories of going to the King of Cleveland in 2020 was meeting Adam Bazydlo.
Is this comments? I'm still not seeing him, but yeah.
Yeah, from Hayden Ball. Yeah, I'm not seeing him either. StreamYard, dude.
That was from Hayden. Oh man, that was oh god, that was such a good one, because
from Hayden, yeah.
He is such a kindred fucking soul and spirit. And again, I think they were traveling maybe via van. It was him and his lady and the dog and everybody in tow. And I want to say they drove there. I know maybe he's hearing me right now. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But God, that was so good getting to kick it with him and seeing him skate in general. Like another perfect example, man. Hayden turned it on. Like you could see, like, he's such a good rollerblader in general, but I can still remember him just like lighting up the 16 stair, 17, it's like 16 to 18, that the down rail with a dick at the bottom. And he just you see him get hyped, man. And he just got stoked. And it's cool to see like people that you've watched in videos that that you don't really know, but you feel like like the same way we associate it close to characters on TV shows that we've been watching for a long time. Now you see him in person, and we get to see him like skate and really do the damn thing. It's so fucking sick. Especially when people get hyped and are like skating their hardest, man. That's the best.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, man, street comps are just too much fun, dude. We were just watching I forget what it was. It was the memorial session or memorial street comp in Russia. I think it's Moscow, Russia.
Yeah.
I don't know why those like Russian street comps, dude, always fucking fire me up, dude. They're always
they seem it's pretty fucking insane. Like seeing that, even the one that just came out a couple weeks ago that they do in Paris every year on just that down handrail, like that Kato just fucking absolutely demolished. And I always think I would love to go to those, and I would love to, I'm gonna try my luck of being me, the European one sometimes. Man, I thought that shit even remotely going to Winter Clash until I saw the 13-year-olds, the 8-year-olds that are all doing like 720 Mick twists up fucking launch boxes that I was scared to like jump up.
Right.
And they're just all so good. Like I'd get destroyed.
Yeah, bro.
Bro. It's just another level. I don't know.
It is, dude. Some of those kids, it's just like, where do they get this from?
Yeah, man. I mean, it feels like everybody in Europe still just like going hard as fuck, and like
it's crazy.
Like a lot of the fools can do like it used to be, it felt very separated. Like people are either like you're a street skater, you're like a park skater. They do it all. They do it all.
They do, man. I mean, look at guys like Nils, I guess, but it's like, dude, what are these guys not good at? It's fucking
like again, God, Nils another one. Like God, what a fucking machine.
Yeah. So you're out in Colorado, right? That's where you're living now? Is that right?
Yep. Been paying rent.
How long have you been out there?
Been again paying rent 2 years about right now.
Okay, got it.
I was definitely like, I started coming out here in 2020 via van to climb more than anything else. That's when I was really like committed to the damn thing and was like, I'm just gonna, work, save up money, live and stretch the money as far as I can and go climbing pretty much all summer long. And 2020, climbing came to an end and the money came to an end. Well, the money came to an end. And it was the second greatest comp story. Probably could almost be first, but I think Windy City Riot, as I explained for the emotional side, was like the one that stands for sure. Second greatest ever would have been like the 2020, where I got back to back. I won the Mile High Battle, but at that point, my transmission just shit the bed, and they were like, it's going to cost $2,000 to fix it, and I was like, I have $2,000 left to my name, and they're like, okay, well, do you want a car or not? And the Windy City, the Mile High Battle, they're like, is in a week. Like, guess I gotta fucking try to win it because otherwise I don't have any more money. And so that was supercharged. It's so funny even sharing that because Trey Kendrick from North Carolina just happened to be on a road trip with his dog and like scooped me and my dog, and we just kind of went to the mountains for a week and then came back to Denver and got super fucking hyped. And I was like, all right, like turn it on, bitch. Like you gotta fucking get some money or like you're going home.
Yeah, we gotta get...
and again, took that comp, and that was another one. I had fucking Jake Dotson, like machine. Dude. I had that machine of a fucking human to skate against on handrails and ledges, like the worst case scenario.
Oh yeah.
And also, fucking Chad Hornish was at that comp too, but he dinged his head at the first spot. So it would have been Jake Dotson and fucking and him and Hornish to have to battle. So that was another one where I was like, fuck me, right?
Yeah, not a couple guys I would ever want to go up against.
So that was a big one, yeah, because taking that comp and then the King of Cleveland at the end of the month, I was able to extend my trip till December 1st. I came back to Georgia, so like that was the fucking year for comps and climbing and like me breaking out of kind of my like Georgia shell and kind of traveling westward and realizing I just wanted to just try living some other places that I love more.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I do want to talk a little bit about the new video here. Still pretty new, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, God, incredible. And God, it's so funny. We did like almost a year to the date from when it came out. Me and Nick were just talking about that yesterday when we were out skating.
It's so good, dude. I'm dropping the link in chat right now for everyone in chat. So go give it a look and subscribe. So this was in New Mexico, yeah? Taos, Albuquerque?
Yep, Taos, Albuquerque, and somewhere else. We went to a few different places. It was mostly those two, though. This is like the local Taos skate park that you see in this. And then like,
sick.
Yeah, just like a handful of Taos. I just really like that kind of weird black row that we kind of skate next after this. And then Albuquerque is where we got a bulk of the street skating. But it's funny. This is all from obviously the brainchild and the fucking genius of Sayer Danforth, who I guess started ANEW and all this, but he already had all this planned. Like I still remember me and Luke and Mick, like kind of the day we all met up because Bender drove us all down there, and we were all like, "Does anybody know like what we're doing?" Like Sayer's just like, "Come here from like like get here Wednesday night. We're skating and we have itinerary essentially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You guys drive home." We were like, "Okay." And he planned the whole trip. He planned all these spots. We like went camping 2 different nights at 2 different areas and really cool remote spots. Bouldering we kind of chose and picked together, relative to the area we were at. Mick Cassell is also like, he's been a climber, through him before. He doesn't climb regular anymore, but he went climb with me in Rocky Mountain National Park like 7 years ago before we even knew each other well. It was awesome. In hindsight to think about that. But yeah, Sayer planned the whole thing.
I didn't know that.
And we just kind of went along with his plan for the weekend and produced all this footage. But his original intent, which isn't in this at all, you see like a clip or two, was to get shots of bladers skating the infamous Albuquerque 2-mile ditch, whatever that it's called. And it's a whole separate edit that I think came out like last fall. It's on the ANEW page if you're trying to search it. But yeah, he was like, for some reason, he's like, there's no footage that you can find whatsoever of any rollerbladers skating this thing. He's like, I want to film that. And so we're like, okay, cool, man. Like, well, we're in for whatever you're doing. And then you hear you're going to a 2-mile downhill ditch, and it's a 2-mile downhill ditch. And there's cool, like little like hip gaps you see all the way along it. There's one section where they've essentially built like DIY ledges that go all the way down, like the hexagonal like parking block curbs, but they're like painted and lacquered and perfect, and it goes like 20 feet long. It's just such a cool spot. And everybody there is so stoked. Like we saw a bunch of skateboarders too. Like everybody's like, another good thing about 2024, right? Like so much less beef. That's one good thing about the evolution of society in some way, right?
Yeah, I agree. The forums used to be a pretty vicious place back in the day.
Yeah, not to mention the skate parks, man.
Yeah, that's true. IRL. So yeah, I mean that looked like and the result here. Every time I'm hitting my stream deck. Every time I try to play it, it's just like my computer's just fragging out. But yeah, it looks like a fucking fantastic trip, man. Climbing, traveling, skating, and it turned out beautifully.
Yeah, he really did. He really did a good job. I think everybody is very pleased with the result from this video.
Yeah.
Man. It was and again, it's just we have more things in the works. That's the best part. And again, it's already another brain trial this air is that he already kind of pitched us an idea of spoilers, no spoilers, but yeah, I think we're gonna work on like physically manual labor to build and maybe alter a DIY skate park there and add to it and kind of do our own thing. So that's very nice. That's actually the gist of all I know. No, he showed us some videos of the park and stuff like that. We kind of talked about it, but it's like, don't know when it's going to be. We'll probably just get a text from him and be like, hey guys, can you do this in like 6 weeks? We're going to do these days, whatever. And we'll be like, yeah, sure. Whatever, Sarah. Like, see you there.
Yeah. Solid.
Love a planner. Love somebody with a plan. It's always a good time.
Yeah, always, dude. It's someone's got to herd the cats. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Dude, so I think if I'm not mistaken, most of these clips, maybe some from Hashassins,
yeah.
Okay, I'm saying it right. I always question myself, like your last name, Hashassins, all this stuff. I'm like, am I saying it right? So I think VG23, and I think Mike put this together, so I'm not exactly sure which clips are which. But filming for VG23, because Mike fill me in on a lot of the lore and stuff like that, or perspective lore. But so VG23, the last video groove made.
Oh, VG24, by the way. You're talking about the newest, latest one that's to come out, right?
Right. But VG23.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were actually talking about VG23. My apologies.
Yeah. I'm just like trying to set it up. I'm just trying to like culminate. We're gonna get to 24, but for 23, well, obviously, like here's some clips. I think Mike went through and compiled some of the clips. Thank you, Mike, for doing that. And I don't know if this is something you can answer or not, but if they're, back when, because VG23 was called Delegation of Authority, yeah.
Yep.
And I'm not like read up into this lore a whole lot, but was VG23 like, was it called Delegation of Authority because, hey, like this is it, I'm passing the torch, Dave is passing the torch or whatever, like we're done here, or I mean, do you know kind of the lore on that?
Man, I wish I would have talked to him about that more. We mostly for that whole trip a couple weeks ago, we're just mostly sharing stories of like, mostly me wanting to hear as many of his stories I could fucking digest, because the man's got some stories. That man's lived a life.
Oh yeah.
And no, I didn't talk about that. All I know is like I remember him saying that again. It's been 10 years since he started 2024, right. And that's why he also wanted to come out next year for the last one, because I think it's 20 years or 25 years from the first, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, wild.
I know, right? Yeah. Anyways, but no, I couldn't. If I tried to answer that, I'd be lying. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries, bro. No worries. Like, because Mike was speculating, and so I just want to add, like, if VG24 came out back when it was, I guess, supposed to, was Adam Bazydlo supposed to have a section in that old VG24 that was supposed to come out?
No, no way. No, I didn't actually. I didn't really like. So it was cool to really finally like get FaceTime and meet Dave and hang out at my first and only bitter cold, and possibly I guess the last bitter cold. But even then it was cool. He's like, hey man, he's like, big fan of your skating. He's like, nice to meet you, whatever. Obviously words that fucking melted me to my core in the best way. And he was like, yeah, he's like, get a few clips, like whatever. It's like pre-con contest skating. I was like, well, shit, I'm fucking shooting the Dave Payne. And that was February of last year. And here we are, like, again, this following, the following May. And I was on his couch for 3 nights. So it's funny where the world takes you in rollerblading. A bunch of motley individuals that kind of are on our own like community and place we've created. And now, like, once you realize you've been in, 20 plus years in the game, you're like, sure, people have just been growing and changing. Like, we're going to see each other, know each other our whole fucking lives. That's super cool and special. And it's wild where, again, where rollerblading takes you.
Yeah, it really is, man. I think there is something to be said. You mentioned it earlier, but I think there is something to be said. Because, like, dude, I was in the military, and so, like, you stick your neck out and you do this. But the more, like, dangerous situations you put yourself in with your friends or your people, like, the stronger the bonds grow.
For sure.
So like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? So, like, again, I'm just going back to it, but, like, putting it all on the line with your friends, like, it just, not to get sappy or whatever, but it seems to really strengthen, like, the friendship, the bond.
Dude,
like,
for sure, man. Not to mention as kids, like, you kind of you learn really quick you're breaking the law, and you still like, you're like, okay, we choose to do this. And it was always kind of annoying. We were always pretty good kids, like, as far as, like, we get kicked out, we just leave. We were gonna come back, but, like, we didn't usually give them shit or, like, be dickheads. But you do learn that, like, you're breaking the law, and you're like, well, we're gonna keep doing this, and it's, like, kind of cool. Like, as much as it's annoying, because, like, at the time you're a kid and you're like, oh, I can't get in trouble, I'm gonna live forever, like, everything's fucking hunky-dory. And now as an adult, like, Dave was just telling me some sketchy story about him and Billy O'Neill and the boys, like, kind of getting chased out of some skate spot in this neighborhood. And, like, they weren't being dicks, they're just skating at church, and apparently the local people did not want them there and, like, chased them via vehicle. Like, do some shit.
And this was recently.
I don't know when it happened, but it was them, like, let's say in the last 6 months. But okay, yeah, sick, and yeah. I was like, we're adults, we're still choosing to do this. Like, we know how reckless rollerblading is and how fucking stupid this is and, like, utterly absurd. We're still doing it. Like, yeah. We could all say no and we could all move on and do, like, nice, safe things. Biggest reason that I got that I love and, like, support climbing so much. I'm like, at least with climbing I have a fucking rope, like, or at least with bouldering you have pads. Like, we're just falling on concrete.
Oh yeah. It was like the worst. Like, come on.
Worst possible. And we have wheeled toys at our feet just to make it extra slippery and make us fall for any reason at any point for no reason at all.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So VG24 filming. Where all have you been filming, if I may ask here?
So yeah, I can definitely. So first of all, with it, it's been cool to work with him and have the opportunity to film, like, just do something even very personal with him. With that being said, to say it now, do not know, haven't debated if we are going to be making me specifically a section with it. I am happy to be showcasing the film with that, as Dave was saying, but we are both actually on perfect agreement in that, because I don't want to have to feel like mentally committed to do a thing. And just anytime you make a thing, it becomes a thing. It's a very stupid way of saying elephant in the room type thing. Like, and as soon as you get the elephant in the room, like, then it gets more icky. It's not as, it becomes work. And so I will say that, yeah, we have maybe another trip or two planned to meet up and film again. We're hoping maybe we get up and do something together also with Cameron up in SF, and maybe this possibility, and or even me actually going back out there to focus on some of the spots and some of the stuff we wanted to hit. We didn't have time, like a week before or after the Blade Cup this year. Because I think the plan is for it to release 2025 at the Blade Cup next year.
Okay, cool, sick.
So those things I know. Those aren't secrets. Those are like,
Yeah. Public information here.
Public info.
Yeah. Cool, man. I know people are super pumped, and so this will be the last of the Video Groove installments.
Yeah. It seems like that is the case for this now. He took, like he said, he said that enough times that it's 10 years since he did VG23 delegation. And like then he was like, yeah, I've done more than enough. And then essentially it was just like, I can do one more. So we all have resurgences and stuff. You always see just because you stop doing something doesn't mean you're not going to come back to it. Sports wise, activities, hobbies, vices, whatever it might be. You gotta keep an eye on those. But when it's for something like this and it's a good thing and it's positive, that's awesome. And with it too, all weekend I'll still remember hearing him say this so much, which is so sick. And like Dave always said, there's anything for VG. And he moved a lot of shit around, with his kids, his family, a whole bunch of stuff. So we could go out and drive all over LA to procure as many clips as possible in 4 or 5 days.
Right. No, man, that's I'm just so juiced for it. I'm so juiced, man.
Yeah, some of the other things that I can't share, I will say that there's some cool shit planned for it. It's gonna there's definitely the hint of maybe there's gonna maybe a collab or two, might be a possibility. Can't say names, obviously, but there's going to be some things and some people and some stuff that people aren't going to expect. And I think it's going to blow people away.
Hyped.
Do justice though. And so the other thing is just before we move on to that, he started filming in 2020. And that's why, as when that rumor started leaking then, as it's now 2024, people are like, what's happening? Is this happening? Are you doing it or not? And I do love it. And every great video article will say this too, like, don't rush, don't rush the process. Never shy away from stacking clips. Right. So the plan is for next year. I first see it based on some of the spoilers and teasers and Easter eggs I got to see in his computer. He's got more than enough. He's been stacking, and it's everybody you want to see. And it's all the skating from all the people you wouldn't expect. It's going to be really, really sick.
2025 Blade Cup can't come soon enough. Fuck, man. That's gonna be hype. Well, thank you for sharing that, man. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Dude, kind of maybe sort of whatever weird question here. Where do you see aggressive skating headed in the next few years? What do you think it needs to grow and flourish? Should it grow and flourish? What's kind of your idea of where it should be moving towards?
Honestly, I don't think myself or really anybody, unless you're like Jon Julio or fucking Billy or a rollerblading business owner, unless you have it affecting your wallet or account. I don't know. That's not for me to decide or even answer. What I can say, I'm not trying to be a politician here, slant to exactly what you're asking, but slightly different. I'm happy that rollerblading is existing and going forward. And it does feel like it's growing. It does feel like it's getting bigger. It feels like more people are buying rollerblades, and people are coming back around so much, and our community is growing, and people still love rollerblading. And seeing more kids in general, going to winter class for the first time this year was so sick, because you see so many younger kids overseas that are rollerblading. Man, we definitely got to hype that up. And we need more of that here now. Everything is just so trendy. It's you never know what a kid's going to pick up and get into. It's whatever they want to do. And there's less people rollerblading than there are scooters and skateboards. Scooters definitely the newer trend. I remember, when we were at one of the what year is it events at Woodward. Holy shit, the best freaking event ever, aside from Powwow, of course. Oh man. Oh, I can't hear you now, dog. You know that, right? Can you hear me?
Damn, somehow I clicked mute.
Good.
How I magically, and every time I've seen someone or every time someone talks about what year is it, they just get this shimmer in their eyes of like a different time and place. One of their just favorite times of their lives, dude. I'm so sad I missed out on it.
Man, yeah, it's fucking God, that event stemmed and started from Long from Oak City. And it was they did these like winter trips. And essentially, through knowing all the channels, we had everybody on the East Coast, that whole group of Woodward guys that, were there for so long, and everybody knows Long. And he was like, they came up with this idea that we should all travel up there in the winter and like all have this. Actually, there's an edit of this, this thing I'm talking about. And so it's kind of the original beginning of where year is it came from. And it was from Long organizing this trip for all the Oak City. Oh, there's Trey Kent right there. Let's go. He got all the Oak City sponsored riders and was like, hey, like you're all invited. We're going to Woodward. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And he's like, it's going to be in the winter. We're all staying in Bud's Barn, which is like the highest, fucking cool thing to do. Like every legendary pro ever has stayed at Bud's Barn. And it's been there for so long. And and so we go there and we only had really as a Cloud9, like the big main like park. I think that was the only park we had, and like one or two others. One was being worked on for some reason. But yeah, it was this event. We're all staying there, and it's pretty low key. It wasn't wild or anything like that. But getting exclusive Woodward privileges in the middle of the fucking winter and get to stay at Bud's Barn was so fucking sick. And then it's like I kind of got out of skating for a bit and was definitely more into the climbing in that part when that event really started blowing up. And then I was like, fuck, before this is over, like I gotta go to one. And the only time I got to go was we were Blake Taylor again, like powwow Blake Taylor. It was his pseudo bachelor party idea, and he was like, "Hey, we're just gonna, you want to just like drive up to what year is it, go to it, and like hit some bars and stuff on the way." And his other friend that was with us like lost his ID or got a DR or something. He didn't have ID, so we couldn't hit bars. So we just like kind of drank in a hotel room for a night, and then what year is it? And we were like, okay, this absolutely made up for it. Like, holy shit, what an event!
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's all. The Woodward boys and Long from Oak City, of course, that made all that fucking event happen. Or definitely like the brain children of it,
Yeah, dude, Long, one of the true goats of behind the scenes goats of rollerblading, dude. Oh my god.
Oh man, and even with that, for another shout out, he was who I originally went to and was going to buy skates from. And then I was just, late at night, just doing some browsing. And, like I said, I found that, the Feinbergs were, on sale. And I was like, who's even going to fucking have those anymore, new or used? Like a 3-year-old skate now. And I was like, I have to have them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Favorite pair of skates you've ever owned?
Aaron Feinberg's Solomons.
Okay, yeah. I was waiting for Aaron Feinberg Aeons. I was like, yeah.
Oh man, Solomons are the best. I don't have to sell that argument here or explain that in any shape or form whatsoever, obviously. But yeah, that was an era of a skate, man. I still love the conspiracy theories I have of people being like, man, how's Joe Atkins keep getting fresh pairs? Like, how's Kudo keep getting fresh pairs? Like, something happened over in Europe we don't know about.
So crazy, man. What frames were you on mostly when you were running for Solomon?
Yeah, that was the beginning of the UFS era. Me being me and not caring about custom setups, probably whatever stock frames I have. Yeah. I definitely, once I jumped back into like when I was off those, before those, God, Bomb Thrones, was that before? Yeah, that must have been after Solomon. God, I can't even, trying to think. From there, I found Thrones, and from then I was like, I'm skating nothing but Thrones for the rest of my life. I have no desire to skate anything else. Just like the fucking French boys or Demetrius, I was like loyal to the throne. And then the Aeon came out, and I really can't stress it out. It's just so fucking light. And me already being able to jump like pretty high, having light skates too. I'm like, fuck yeah, I can jump on anything. Like I can do any grind.
I was gonna say, bro, because Philip Deal frequents this channel pretty often.
Philip Deal, there's some ups.
And that's what I'm saying is that him and Daniel Henderson were at Summer Hour and they were jumping on whatever rail that's basically fucking forehead high.
Oh yeah, they did jump onto that, huh?
I mean, dude, just dumb shit and like it makes no sense.
Oh,
Literally doesn't compute.
Also, shout out to fucking Peanut in LA. The hit. Oh my god, that boy. That man can jump like nobody's business. There's another rail in fucking Atlanta that he jumped on that I had to use a picnic table to get on. And he fucking jumped it. They're like, I posted that clip and someone messaged me and they're like, yo, like, fucking Peanut jumped on that. It's like, oh.
Well, that's what Phil was telling me was that like I was like, Philip, please tell me some human being that can out jump you, and he said Bladezilla. I was like,
no fucking way. He said that shit the other day. He messaged me the other day saying that shit. He must have just talked to you or something. And I was like,
jump off. We need a game of Blade jump style.
Oh man. Also, shout out to fucking Dwight in Chicago, Dwight Harding, dude. That man can fucking jump. He still, I think, has the never been beaten Windy City high jump record. And I remember telling him what the high jump record was when they were doing the Guinness Book at the Blade Cup, and I was like, "Fuck!" First of all, I was like, "Why are you not here?" Like, literally, it's the coolest shit seeing the Guinness Book people there. They are so official in their coats and like they're in what is it? Embossed fucking logos and all the things and their tape measures. Yeah. It's so. I was like, Dwight, why are you not fucking here? And I remember I forgot what the height was, and I think I messaged him. He was like, "I've jumped higher than that, like for sure, like every year." I was like. So I think that man actually literally the highest I've ever seen for anybody really, he might have had the highest I've ever seen. Just since we're on the topic.
Yeah. Also, let me know if you whenever you need to go, brother man.
I'm good. I'm not blowing up. I haven't missed any call. I haven't had one work call in this whole time. We can keep ranting.
Sick. They're watching the stream with us right now. They're actually in chat right now watching. Your coworkers and your boss. They're just watching the stream. No, I'm kidding. Okay, Lee Jacobs. Question: Can you tell us when? Can you tell us about the origin of the Bazzy stomp? When did it start? Is it instinct or intentional? Is this a friend of yours?
Yeah, this is a good friend. Man, I want to. It definitely comes from just being. It's like it's something that's funny because it's utterly ridiculous why and whatever time I did it. And I want to say this is actually you could probably find this clip. Adam Bazydlo rebounds would probably find it. Rebound skating is my
on Google or YouTube.
Probably YouTube. Yeah, from another longtime friend, John Wolf, who made that video. There's a specific trick I did, and it's like kind grind to like 270 backslide, go into like forward acid. And that wasn't the trick. No. I did backslide to wrap around alley porn, 0 topsoul, budget forward acid. And it was on like our favorite childhood, fucking one of the most perfect center down rails ever. So definitely we'll be like, man, remember Atlanta Beach Rail? Like it was the shit. It was like mid-thigh high, long stairs, like all the things you want in a handrail. I had a dick, but it was a kind dick. It was chill. It was mellow. You can
it was a chill dick, you know.
It was a chill dick.
It was
good. And yeah, so I did that switch up, and yeah, I it's fakey, and just for no reason at all, just jumped probably 3 feet in the air while reverting back to forward, and then just all of my might just fucking stomp the ground. Because I was stoked to land the trick. Like it was one of the hardest switch ups I'd ever done on a handrail. Probably still the hardest switch up I've ever done on a handrail. And I was like, I finally fucking did it.
It's not this one. Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm sure. I mean, he's listening. He's watching the damn thing. Lee, you could find the thing. Find the thing. And
is it rebound or rebounds?
I thought it was rebounds with an S. Wait, let's. Could have tried that. People were wearing XXL t-shirts. It's already a good indication.
Yeah, maybe we'll just let it. Does it look familiar or no?
No, I don't think so. I can't hear the audio, but no, it's definitely not the beginning of it.
It's just
John did make this edit though, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there's some Gumby clips. Yeah, this is still probably an OG fun edit. If nothing less.
Oh, Mike said he sent me the
J-Ba. Oh, here it is. Well, that's the rail. That's the rail.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's another one that other people have been brought to over the years that have came and fucking assaulted that thing.
Dude, R.I.P. Summer Hour, yeah.
R.I.P. Summer Hour. But you know, with that at the same time, I can confidently say that I definitely spent enough time there. That was like that was the all-time get stuck at, stay at forever spot. I've spent full days of my life when you combine the hours, like weeks of my life probably at Summer Hour Middle School.
Right. Sixth edition.
Let's go. Wait, let's see. Wait. Oh man, I think the next clip is him back working it.
Oh fuck, my bad.
Oh, that's him front sighting it. Sorry, I'm like, oh, Gumby clips. Those were Tim Taylor clips in that last, I think.
Oh, that's Fayetteville. Dude, did you see Fayetteville? It's so over fucking grown. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's they fucking made all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies there at the studio in Fayetteville. Like that. There's a road that went there that the studio spent like $6 million on because they're like, oh, we don't have a direct way from the interstate enough to our studio. So yeah, like
actually.
Yeah. So Georgia got a huge tax grant from the governor. So this is my old shopping mall. This is great. OG Gummy clip. That's utterly insane. Just quick triple transfer.
Wow.
So sick. And that's like an obscene trick. Actually, you can see me grinding in the background while he does that. Because we were just like seshing, like.
Yeah, just vibing.
What were we just talking about? Oh, yeah, the tax grant. Yeah, so Atlanta's been like what they call Yollywood for like the past like 10 years now, man. There is so much film, TV, and video going there. That's Kevin Dowling got a lot of the boys in the union, a lot of people jobs, and Trace Taylor as well. That's they all come from that OG scene, like two OG bladers, Birmingham, and I think he might have been Tuscaloosa, but Birmingham and Atlanta that are just fucking big shots doing cool shit for movies now, man. It's so sick.
Wild. Question from Xander: what's your favorite topside trick?
That's hard. I don't want to. I have a doctor's note. I don't have to answer those.
Nice. For me, I feel like it almost changes between ledges and rails. It's almost like dependent on the obstacle for me.
All right. So as a side thing, maybe we should say that. Okay, let's say for favorite trick on a ledge. Well, no, his thing was favorite topside. So favorite topside on a ledge.
Yeah.
Let's say that. Favorite topside on a ledge. Probably something alley-oop topside. Maybe like alley-oop top acid feels pretty confident.
Yeah.
That was my favorite though, because ledges are scary.
Ledges are scary, bro.
Ledges are scary. Rails, like anything alley-oop or true spin topside, because those are just feel like accomplishments every time. Yeah, good old fashioned alley top porn star or a TTA on a handrail is always gonna feel better than something. I don't know. I'm slighted.
Yeah.
I'm also now. You got me. You shouldn't have put this on. I'm just watching the edit now. Oh wait, here.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
And there's the stomp. And there's the stomp after.
Oh, dude, the timing here is impeccable.
Dude, the North Carolina blue basketball shorts. How did I even remember I had those on?
Oh my god, so good. That rail does look fucking perfect too.
It's fucking perfect. Like, and it's so funny to finally kill it. They just cut the bottom like a little more than half off of it. So there's so you can grind it from the top. So it also has the option if you want. There's a flat. It's like a flatten down. So back in the day, fucking Gumby Disaster True me doing the thing Chris Happy Disaster True porn like 20 years later.
Wait, Happy did Disaster True porn on Capitol?
Yeah, like roll up, jumped on, and everything too. That's in his VOD. Oh,
I missed that. What the fuck?
And he did it. It's Happy, so he did it perfect. Like came out to forward too, which is
like it was on something 1/10 of its size.
Yeah, like it's it's just like him skating the down ledge. He just gets to it.
Oh my god, dude, fuck. All right. More questions. Again, if you want to ask a question, again, Adam, let us know whenever you got to go, brother man. If you want to ask a question, put in all.
Just checking it. I'm like almost
Okay.
in disbelief, but I'm not gonna complain.
I know, right? It's the Blade God, you know, the whatever the YouTube gods, whatever it is. If you put in all caps, you know, put all caps question before your question so I can see it and make sure I don't miss it. I thought I just saw something else. Who inspired your skating? Who do you think has inspired your skating the most over the years?
Ooh, that's a big one. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, Haffy for sure.
Yeah.
Once the era of him, the era of Haffy came about, it was hard to not watch and follow him. And again, getting to see him win the Atlanta IMYTA and like see that ability, like what I was talking about earlier, where you can just go to a flow state and lock in. If you're just fully committed to the trick, like you're probably gonna land it. And especially because it's a contest, you're like the hype of that alone will pull you through. Haffy definitely on the list. Feinberg, got coming up obviously Dustin Latimer. Back in the day, you know, Arlo. How far are we going back? You know, really though, if for the most part, another person to throw on there, especially from the Solomon era, Brandon Campbell. God, just such a gnarly, like no fucks skater, even in just so many ways. Like such a again, hard to not have watched him and like been seen that era of him too. Even back in the day, like man, fucking Richard, god damn, Richard Johnson, like what a fucking beast. Like he's just so good at doing all the tricks I liked too. You know, I think that's another thing. Like when people literally like the pros you grew up watching, like based on the tricks you all do, like if their tricks you relate to more, like and Richard was definitely in that trick pool too.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The Solomon team, bro. Fucking Bambi, Vinny, Campbell. I mean Thompson. Like, dude, just what the
That's another one. We were talking about Vinny Minton the other day, like, holy shit, he's done so many fucking fucks tricks. Like, sometimes they just pop up on whatever random, you know, blading Instagram post is, you know, copying and pasting something. I'll see a Vinny Minton clip I forget about, and I'm just like, God damn. Like
and he does it so smooth that it doesn't even look hard.
Yeah, and like
it's like what
was one of their first people to do like very insanely hard tricks and have that casual flow like style.
Oh,
just insane.
Yeah. Mike asks, if you had a pro Solomon, what would it have looked like? Ugh. If I could talk, bro.
Man, especially if you asked me then as a kid, I probably would have done something ridiculous. That wouldn't have looked good and no one would have wanted it. I probably would have went with like red and black just because like Georgia coat, like that's, you know, very popular for Falcons and Bulldogs. Again, neither of them completely devout fans to specifically, but red and black definitely went in the attire and the clothes back in the day, being from Atlanta because of that. Actually, I don't know. A red and black Solomon would have fucked. Damn, yeah. That would have been sick. Like an all black boot and like a red cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a red cuff. Just that'd be enough.
Yeah, yeah. Was it the Murda 2s? Murda 2s, I think, were the red and black.
There's definitely some over the years. Again,
yeah.
But either way, for like a Solomon, that would have been sick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking super dope. Favorite spot in Atlanta?
Let's just pull up. What is it? What is?
I'm just throwing out my favorite skater of all time, Will Gordon. Just
I thought that's what this was. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, Will Gordon's so good. Oh, Will Gordon clips, yes. Favorite spot in Atlanta? Does it have to be let's say go-to wise? Gotta say Bell South.
Yeah.
The like I remember seeing Bell South for the first time as a kid on a field trip in 7th grade. Like when we'd already been street skating, but like we were still maybe 6th or 7th grade. And we saw it and like, this is the time, I want to say even before like even the rails were like, you know, welded capped. And we saw it and drove by it, and me and all of my friends, like me, him, and one of the other friends that skated, were just lost in awe of this wall ride building with all these ledges. You could clearly see it grinded and waxed in this whole just outdoor fucking plaza skate park of a building. Like, how does this exist? What is this? And like seeing that, I was just like, from the time. And it didn't hurt that, pretty much any time. Oh, that's me standing up there with fucking Kevin Razor.
Oh, no way. That's you, bro.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Oh, that's sick. That's so sick.
Yeah. The Racer twins, like, God, they were so good too. Holy shit.
Oh, that's so dope. That makes me so happy because I've watched this video so many fucking hundreds of times and I didn't know that was you.
And he did it in the rain, dude. We just rolled up to do it so he would fucking like, because he just had to put it away. We rolled up, park, hopped the fence to get in, went straight to that, and he just stood at the top and like he did it once, but landed shitty-ish, and then laced that one just perfect.
Yeah. Bell South, man. I always think of Walt. I guess I think of a lot of people, but I think of Walt Austin a lot when I think of Bell South.
Oh yeah, for sure. Walt and Kevin definitely stand out almost the most.
Yeah, for sure. Looking for questions here. Hella faded. Yo, Bladezilla, do you work a job? Do you want to go into what you do now? What your job is?
Sure. I'm just a project manager for commercial construction for a company,
Sick.
but I'm actually doing the restoration side. It's like an offshoot, smaller. It's essentially jobs that are much more in the wheelhouse of like what I've kind of been doing the past 6 years, like renovation, remodeling, and shit. I just got an email that there's one a car hit a building, so we get to fix some brick. That's kind of cool. That'd be fun. But really, it's me not running my own business anymore and wearing the hats of every single person in a business, but doing it alone.
Right.
It was a fun 6-year run, but like I need some adulting and to catch up on some adult shit. Like I'm missing a molar. Like I need dental insurance. Like
yeah,
I got pulled last January. Like I could use a tooth, so like that shit ain't cheap. I got you. So having that and some health insurance for a little bit would not be terrible.
Yeah, no, I feel you. So you've done real estate renovations for some time now, then, yeah. Yeah,
definitely been started from me building ramps back in the day. In my house, I had a front yard like veritable mini skate park, but only because I just kept building fun boxes and kept building half pipes, and I built a street spine when I was like in 6th or 7th grade, man, like 4 foot tall one too. And I was like, in hindsight, I was like, that's fucking wild. Also, where did I get all that wood? Like, where'd that come from? I certainly wasn't buying it. Like,
yeah.
We definitely, when in that same era of like, we definitely stole some wood from other construction sites. From my other friend's house at like, the neighborhood being built behind him. We just go and steal 2x4s and plywood in the night, and we made fun boxes and ramps and all that other shit. Like, but mostly, I think it was mostly just old stuff we had at the house. We just had a bunch of scrap. My dad was always building stuff too, and then that's obviously how he later got into doing remodeling as like his full-time career. And when college didn't work out for the second time, I came back and just started working with him and learned the trade. And all his guys that he worked with that taught me all the other shit, and picked it up quick. It was fun, and tried to get out of it. I was in business development. That's how I moved to Chicago and started rollerblading again, which is a whole story. And it's funny how I've kind of been here and there all across the work spectrum, but being a project manager for this company, it feels very familiar and easier than me being so stressed and like trying to hustle tile jobs or build a deck or do this and like doing all the shit yourself is just a lot.
Yeah. No, it's nice to not have to wear so many hats anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Like, now you got me distracted with wall skating, man. You can't be putting on some wall.
I know, bro. I know it's tough not to just like sit with an open mouth and just.
Dude, we're just gonna play in other people's sections, man. His this is 40s, his section that came out that he put on YouTube,
bro.
My God, like there's like 5 never been dones in there, like at least.
And he just dropped it, dude. I feel like Walt just like was like, okay, I'm gonna drop this, blow up the internet, and
he's not on any social media platforms.
He just showed up, dropped this is 40, and peace the fuck out. And exploded. Where is it, dude? Question: who is your starter Pokemon?
No.
Okay. Sorry, Leah. Ronnie Rascal. Favorite A-Town Stomp memory?
Oh man. landing. Also, sorry, Leah. I don't know things about Pokemon.
That's fair. It's fair.
Favorite A-Town stomp memory. Probably battling it out. The year J-Bot won A-Town stomp. J-Bot or no, that's Ho Ho Ho's. I'm confusing that. A-Town stomp. Oh, Carson's. God, I keep fucking these up.
What year? Tell me what year.
That would have been. Oh man,
because I'm gonna look the video.
2017. Let's try.
I believe.
And
this is it right here, right?
It was the first year that that I helped them when I kind of got back into skating again and moved back to the city. And that was a good one too.
2018.
Oh, so yeah. See, I knew it was 2017. It was the one.
It was 2017.
You can just put that one on. That one's good too.
Well, I want to see you, dog. Were you at this one too, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the arena was pretty fucking sick that we built. It was definitely the most fun vibes in the last few years with the boat and doing the thing at the brewery. Though the boat year was sick. Whatever the last year was, the very last one they did, Stomp 10, I did not skate in. It was the sketchiest, scariest obstacle by far of all time. I forgot it was another car, but it was like it had some sus. This one was really sick.
Yeah.
The boat was fun.
So
the boat was fun.
Yeah.
Hateville. Was I at that one? I wasn't even at that one. I don't know. The arena was pretty cool. It was. I keep calling it that. We built a bunch of ramps for the stomp, like a bunch. They were all too big. And we brought them to this DIY skateboarder spot that was at an old like slab / like what'd you call that? I'm making instruction. The foundation, like a foundation spot.
Yeah.
And you have like the tiers of foundations. So they made just all these big ass ramps that you'd have to like jump off like, a 6-foot ledge, and you're already jumping onto like another 5-foot tall obstacle that you got to fucking do whatever on. And it was just gnarly. And in hindsight, not even in hindsight, like that day, we were just laughing because we were like, this is insane. Like, why'd we build these so big? Why'd we pick this? Like, this is crazy. And I know I'm the one that built them, but like, I built them to their specs. But it was cool to get to help the boys. And then I helped for like the next couple stomps. And then the very last one, it was really cool. Carson and Brian were both like, you can't help. You just enjoy and have fun. Like,
hell yeah.
You don't have to build shit. And I was like, you're a gem. I forgot Shiro was at that one. Damn. This was a good one, dude.
God damn.
That was such a cool spot. So that yellow spot, that big yellow fat rail you keep seeing, that became an iconic spot, like definitely for other skateboarders and shit. And I want to say, I want to say that I didn't see too many other grind marks on it, whatever, but I definitely found it for like bladers. And I remember like I found that spot, took pictures and shared it with like like David, Chris, Carson. I was like, look what I found. And the next year we used it in the fucking stomp. Or like later that year, I can't remember what it was. This rail is super sick also too.
That looks dope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little scary, but it's kind of great. I don't know how to explain it. Now it's been contested, so best of luck to anybody else on anything else there. This was cool though, Arches Brewing in general, just because man, like a brewery that allows a skate contest that happens pretty cool, right? Like,
that's hype. Yeah, that's hype.
And then it also kind of takes it took the liability of like final spot and not getting kicked out. And this is, it was a good way to actually showcase the community. We got the brewery stoked on having us there. Like, it was really good vibes. And I think we did Arches for like it was at least last 2, maybe 3 years though, man. And I think it started off as like the after party spot. And in the next 2 years, we had the fucking contest there. And then the very last one, the whole contest was there. There was no street spots. It was just at Arches on these gnarly obstacles.
Hype. Yeah. Hype.
So
go ahead. Shawn Michelson. Big boy or 3 stacks?
I mean, I'm going to say big boy over anybody, especially because you're giving me that option. So, yeah, I'm going with that answer for sure. If we're talking about who I think we're talking about.
Okay. Mike McFly, question, what's the craziest or biggest trick Adam did that's not on film? It's a tough one. You got to go in the record books for that one. Got to go in the.
Well, he's saying not on film.
Not on film.
Yeah, he's asking like what tricks I've just fucking did. Oh man.
Just
what? Like just tricks I did, just being like a reckless idiot skating by myself that people wouldn't have seen.
I guess so. Like back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day when like people, we would all just kind of huck shit off camera. Like, I don't know, anything that's
there was. Out? I would say this nothing less. My friend Brandon Hembry from Atlanta, he brought this up once and said it because he was at the McDonald's where I did this, and you can pull this up. This gap, I did it again for film, but I definitely did this when I first got my new Solomon's, like whatever pair that was at that time. And I got on, I was so stoked because I wanted to do this gap in Fayetteville. It's still there. It's this big wall at the Midas Tire place. It's a huge brick wall. Oh, the clip I'm talking about is would have been in my Misery Loves section.
Roger. Okay.
Misery Loves, my name would easily find it. And it'd be in the first one, second one, I don't know, some because I had like a 3-part section in that. But it's this like 11-foot wall, and it's like 3 feet tall from the top, and you got to jump over like a small curb and like a small sidewalk, and then the brick, and then you drop like 10, 11 feet. And as it goes, apparently, like I remember doing this too because I just wanted to like get it out of the way, and I wanted to do it so bad. Looked at it for so long because it was my hometown, and just went and fucking sent it. And then when we were filming for Misery Loves, I was like, oh, I gotta get this clip, for film. But I know it's true because Brandon Hembry is like, as a child and just getting into rollerblading, he's like, I saw you do that from my mom's car, like when I was in the drive-through at McDonald's. Because I just saw you fucking 180 the wall, and like it's fucking wild.
Yeah,
but it's somewhere. This is like a 3 parts, 1, 2, or 3. I could not tell you honestly, but that probably goes down for that for sure, as that had so many danger factors.
Got it. What's something that people probably don't know about you?
I'm a softie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty nice guy. I definitely don't have ill will towards people. Don't like I like to see the best in the world, and I like when people are like fair and just and respectful.
Yeah.
Kindness is sexy. Consideration is sexy.
I feel that.
For sure. What's another weird one? I really like sewing. Big sewer.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Definitely stemmed from my mom, but also it's funny. Another great sewer, obviously known for it. Michael Bro again. He uses a machine. I just like getting monotonously using my ADHD and just getting lost in just doing that while sitting on the couch watching TV or some shit.
That's dope. Dude. I saw. Oh yeah, I think Bell South was on there a minute ago.
This is a good clip. Hold up. Oh man, we found that plywood like in the woods. So it's cool is that's the fence of my first skate park ever. As from a child.
Oh, that's hype.
That's like the fence around the skate park, and that picnic table was just there, and I was like, oh, this would be sick, blah blah blah. And yeah.
And finally, yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, what else we got? What else? Question from your time. So this is also from Sean Michelson. From your time in Chicago, is there any stunt you had your eyes on and never tried or didn't land in Chicago?
Fairy tale rail.
I remember that from Life Plus, whatever that episode was. Yeah.
It's still technically, I think, never been done. And it's like it's meant to kill you based on the curve of the top of it. Oh, that clip got used again in here. I didn't know that. I forgot that. The top. So it's already like a 20-foot drop rail. You can fall to concrete. You can fall to a rail. You can fall in the Chicago River. I think it's possible. And it's the way it starts is it curves towards you and then back out, and then this long, beautiful bend that like goes down. It's like a big curved stair drop rail. And but that first bend, the way it bends, like anybody that knows when you're trying like a weird curve or like that, you have to kind of commit to it to get through it. in the exact spot you would not want it to commit and fall off, the rail would makes you fall off. So I've never even so much as jumped on it, but you can't look at that rail and not want to fucking try it. Like if you like shit like that, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the dude's name that was battling that one.
There's been a handful of people who tried it. I know that, and there's been a lot of falls, a lot of different falls. There's a whole spot list, Sean. I don't know if you know about. Of course, you know about this. There's a Chicago stunt spot list they have that I remember seeing that someone had or showed me a copy of when I first got back into skating again when I was there, and we were supposed to go look at some of the things and tackle some of them. Of course, on there is the Omar Y song gap. That's infamous from like one of the mind game videos I want to say, but he doesn't land it and like does it at night. Anyway, it's awesome because fucking Art Garza and somebody else has landed that. Like, the gap sucks because you land an uphill landing too, and it's pretty fucking gnarly and long.
Right.
But yeah, it was always cool. They had a stunt list, and it had some whoppers on there.
That is hype. Let's see. If you could, well, actually, let me ask this. What's any plans? What's the next event you plan on going to?
Blade Cup for sure this fall.
Yep.
In Santa Ana. What else is going on this year? I don't know. I was actually just talking about this the other day. I was like, every July for the past 3 years, I've spent a month in Wyoming in this place. It's essentially adult summer camp for climbers. It's pretty awesome. In the middle of fucking nowhere. And this year, because of my job, I'm only gonna get 2 weeks there. I kind of get to pick, and they got to be scattered. And one of the weekends or two of the weekends, I might not go up there because I'm already gonna have like 14 days there. I'll probably go up one more extra weekend, but like I have time and I can shuffle those around. Anyways, Windy City Rides in Chicago, and I haven't been since 2019, so that could be one that's possibly on the list.
Hell yeah!
We'll see.
Hell yeah! I do question, because Mike and I were talking about this the other day. It's like, yes, you mentioned like, hey, Broscow, Aragon, Haffey, whatever, like for some of the greatest street performances of all time, which, you know, okay, I hear you. But who has, in terms of volume, has anyone won more street competitions than Bladezilla? The answer is no. All right, I did the math. I'll answer for you. I love it, man. You're a monster. You're a monster. You are Bladezilla.
Yeah, man. It's comps are definitely my shit, but you cannot pay for the energy you feel during a contest, man. With all your friends and doing that whole damn thing. It's just the absolute fucking best. I love it so much.
It's just you're on cloud nine for the fucking whole weekend, for the whole.
And everyone's just in the bed. Everyone's so happy to be there. You get to see your friends you always see and never see. Like, it's just the best. And every time we meet up for every event, I'm like, this is just all the people in our lives that are all over the world living their lives, but we get to be intertwined with and talk to and know and have relationships with, and get to spend this time with. And we have this crazy fraternal order that none of us knew we were signing up for, and wind up coming to these crazy fucking events and just absolutely so happy to be there and talk to each other and see each other and share and catch up.
Yeah, that is super high.
I think it's the whole thing. It's the whole process. And not to mention, it's wild to see some of the things, that I'm sure you've seen and I've seen just over the years of what other people have done and accomplished during a comp. Like, it's nothing like having your brain broken watching someone just do an utterly insane thing you did not think was possible. Like, right,
bro. Right. Coolest. And it's one thing. Yeah, man. And it's a different experience because, I don't know about you, but I've had my share of, hey, I tried this trick 115 times and finally landed it on the next try.
Yeah.
But to land something first or third try in a comp, I don't know, man. It's just a different energy. It just is.
Yeah, man. It's something real for sure.
Favorite trick besides grinds?
Ooh, gaps. Yeah. Or how about maybe wall rides? I do love a wall ride in any way, shape, or form or fashion.
Yeah. Let's go.
No, probably gaps. Gaps are great. They're the best, especially the creative weird ones, like jumping through trees or like jumping through like something weird, anything off a launch that's like naturally occurring. All that's good.
Yeah. Just like the Eric Percat iconic double set 180 in whatever video. What video was that? Stillest video, I think.
Yeah.
That shit makes no sense. I don't know why I'm bringing it up. Just I'm thinking gaps.
Man,
right
I love that you did. I was just thinking about that a second ago as we were filming at I said UCI when I was just there with in LA filming with Dave. And we were talking about that set, and I love hearing everybody's like stories and other lore. I keep hearing about that and things that happen. And the gist of what I got is someone was like, yeah, like apparently Percat was like, I'm gonna do this shit tomorrow. He's like, so-and-so's gonna drive his car up there. And you can't tell, like, that's not a road like that anybody's at. Like a car's not supposed to be up there. First of all. And
yeah.
And then secondly, going to that spot for the first time. Have you ever been there? Have you ever seen this?
No.
It breaks what you think is what you've known your whole life and everything's possible. And like someone that is a stunt skater does gaps too, knowing like the gap math on that. There's like a few factors that just make this, I guess, possible. One thing that where he lands is slightly downhill. The run up has all kinds of cracks going towards that. So that's another danger factor that's horrible to think about. Also, I heard that somebody that day or within that same time frame after that, somebody has gapped to grind that rail, obviously landed and died and didn't roll away, but they gapped to grind one of those rails, I've been told. Happened. I don't think clips in the video or anything like that, but it happened and had credible eyewitnesses, which is absurd to think about, especially how dangerous those rails can be based on their like weird shape. But this
what is dangerous about the rails, like you said, with the shape?
So
is it the supports?
Has mixed feelings about these rails, but they're weird. They bend towards you like the crossbars, and then they're also on top of like little ledges. And the bars that like the handrails made out of, and like the sidebar, different sizes, they have a weird, intimidating feel about them that you just can't quite explain. And mostly like you think of like almost shinner hazards and other things. Like the crossbar is almost a little too close to where you're grinding. Like it's fine, and you don't see people hit, but like other things could happen if you came off and fucked up the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They're like some of the most iconic rails ever, and then like you go to them, you're like, oh shit, these are fucked. Like they're kind of perfect, but they're kind of terrible.
Right, yeah. It's just every time I feel like you see a street spot on film, and you're like, I'm gonna go there, and it's gonna be perfect, and it's like, oh, this shit
never,
perfect.
It's never that way. Staples Center being the biggest thing on that list. Holy shit.
Are you going to Captains of Concrete in Hotlanta this year?
I don't think so. That's at the end of this month, isn't it? Isn't that like in a week?
Yeah. When is it? Someone shout out in chat. I think it's soon. It's pretty soon, so probably not then. Yeah.
Not on the register though. No, I have other things going on the next couple weeks here.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man.
Plus, it would break my rule. It's now May, so from May to let's say middle of October, Atlanta is it's just too hot. It's too hot. There's too much rain.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Dude is 15. Did you do what did you do down 35?
Nothing. Topsoul.
Yeah.
I haven't fucking that. That's another one. Sean Kelso front torquing that, grab front torquing that is not real life. It's not real life. It is an exemplary example of the fucking maniac and skilled talented fucking Sean Kelso is, but like that's absurd. It's crazy thinking about Jordan Dale's back fast, like that one. Like that's the bad one. There's another clip in that video too where he does back fast slide to the bottom, lands, and then dies. Not the one where he disasters to his face, but he almost kind of fucking back fast slid. Or no, it's front fast slide. It was front.
It is front. Yeah, it is front. Yep.
Yeah, I can't.
It makes no sense.
Rhyme or reason why you would. I mean, well, you've seen some of the legacy of Jordan Dale now. You kind of get it, but yeah. Otherwise, I no words.
I mean, he's halfway.
He's halfway.
Yeah. And
the
just
momentum speed of that.
the front foot was like, no, we good. We out. All right, I'm gonna head out. Kapow, bro. Whoa.
That's so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 35 is not fucking chill, dude. I top sold it too. It took, and it was not a chill experience. I top sold it like a year ago.
Really?
Mike. Yeah.
That's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's so fucking overgrown. Like the trees,
Yeah.
we literally had to spend 30 minutes breaking branches just to be able to do this stupid reel.
Man, I mean, again, it was just so cool that was the parking lot for skate pile, you know?
Right, dude.
Yeah, skate pile was in that center. That's why it's probably how those spots got found, obviously.
Yeah.
In hindsight.
God, yeah. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. All right, I'm gonna look for any other. We're probably gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. Is there anything that we haven't really covered that you'd like to cover before we start wrapping it up here?
No, we definitely touched and ranted and rambled about a lot of fun things. We did talk all things blading. I don't know. Support your local skate shops. Best way y'all can. Keep being nice. Don't be a dick. Always bring wax, even though you're not going to.
Word to the wise here. I don't see any question. What's your favorite non-ground? We went over that. Yeah, I think we're all Adam E. Halt, Cab True Miz. I don't know why Philip Deal is saying Adam E. Halt, Cab True Miz on 35. Fuck.
Oh, he did do. Did he do that?
That wouldn't surprise me
at
all.
That's obscene.
It wouldn't surprise me.
In the E-Haul era, that makes perfect sense. I would absolutely believe that and get that.
Mike Markley, negative fished 35.
He did negative fish 35. Damn.
Mike Markley. Because you guys were boys growing up, right?
Yeah, that was like, and I forgot about this until we were just out there skating, and me, Gumby, and Vlad in LA on like day 2, and I was like warming up on that super classic kink rail in Dana Point. You'd know it if you saw it. It was fucked because you couldn't have like direct run up to it because they're doing construction, so you had to skate at like a 45-degree angle. So warming up on something, like I did a couple tricks, and then I was going to what I was going there to do, a switch up from like alley topsoul. And Vlad was like, "How are you just warming up and like doing that like that?" And Gumby was like, "Oh," he's like, "You want to know why?" He's like, "When he was growing up, he had 2 separate practice handrails, one at his house and one at Mike Markley's. Yeah, they were handrails that I think I got mine welded, and his we found and like it's like scrap trash essentially, and just kind of salvaged it, and just put it in the ground with concrete, made a wood run up for both, and we had like." I think his was probably around like knee high. Mine was almost like high knee to like low thigh high. And it's just a handrail trainer. And it was just handrail trainer. And if you spend hours and hours doing that, eventually your muscle memory is just like, I know how to do that.
You just become a machine.
Yeah, it's like I heard this the other day. It makes perfect sense for this fucking cat. Someone was telling me that when Aragon would learn a trick at the park, he wouldn't leave until he did it 10 times in a row. And that's supercomputer robot.
Yeah. And I mean, that all checks out. Like there's no part of that is surprising. It's like, okay, yep. That makes fucking perfect sense.
Yeah. And I couldn't have been less shocked when I heard that. And I was like, but still.
Yeah.
Think about that for some of the tricks, they were hard tricks he was learning. Like, what did he do 10 times in a row? You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Dude, hurricane fish 10 times in a row or whatever. Like,
I'm sure there's a time or a day he did that. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like, yeah, it is hard to even fathom, dude. Question: how many Reptar wheels you have on ice? You have on ice?
Yeah, asking how many of my the pro wheel I got from Sick Urethane, how many I have left. I think I have 4 left, and obviously I'm not getting rid of those doing it. I might have 8, but either way, that's all I have left.
Like 8 sets or 8 wheels?
8 wheels. I use them. I was like, these are my pro wheels. I'm not keeping them. Like, I'm gonna fucking skate the shit out of them. Fuck sitting on them. It's something cool to have, but like, one set is gonna be just as nostalgic and great years later.
Yeah, I feel bad we didn't put your wheels on here. I was in a rush when I was making this. But the new Echo skates, the purple and green, gave me Reptar vibes. So
the Reptars, dude, that's so dope. I love it. That is the iconic. I got the Reptar tattoo on my back with Lucas a couple years ago. It was just like a pin I had in my wallet, and he was like, "You want to get this tattooed?" And I was like, "Yeah." That'd be fun. Let's do that.
Let's do it. It's a date. Oh, sick, man. All right, cool. Dude, thank you so much for coming on, man. This was super fun. Yes. Everyone, stay tuned. 2025 premiering tentatively. Premiering a Blade Cup, VG24.
The final install.
25 years later. So cool, man. We covered a lot today. I really appreciate it. I have all Adam's information down below in the description on this video. So please go give him a follow, give him a like, all that fun stuff. If you haven't already, which you should have been already. But anyway, dude, thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it, brother.
Of course. I did.
All right, man. Take care.
Cheers, Doug.